Hi people! Guess what? Did you know that Africa is actually underrated? Didn't know? I'm telling you right now, it's underrated. So I'm currently in Lagos, Nigeria. It is a freaking hot day today. Woof! Today's video is super interesting. I'm going to be asking Nigerians why they think Africa as a continent is underrated, most especially by, you know, the Westerners. I mean, it'll be really interesting to know what people think. Like, I do have my own opinion, and obviously you guys have your own opinion, so I'm really gonna appreciate it if you guys see this video through and do well to drop your opinion as to why you think Africa is underrated. Trust me, content of this video is really mind-blowing and really informative as well, so I'm going to implore you to see this video through from the very start to the very end. This is your very first time coming on here, you're so welcome. Thank you for coming, thank you for clicking. Do want to check out my channel. I do have lit awesome content that I do know you want to be a part of. And yeah, to my returning subscribers, you guys rock, you guys are amazing. I really do appreciate you guys. I'm actually just enjoying this beautiful view. As hot as it is, I just really want to be by this side right now. So let us just get right into the video.
Yeah, my name is Adeni Mayoku.
Why do you think Africa is underrated by the Western?
Well, from my own opinion, I would say that one thing that that differentiates us from the Western world is maybe leadership. I will use the word leadership, because if you look at it, it's not all African countries that are facing this racism or even kind of this being underrated. Looking down, we have the likes of South Africa that at least in one way or the other, if everybody has the kind of leadership that we have in some other African countries, maybe, but number one thing is leadership. Let me say, number one thing is leadership. Number two is Africans too. Maybe we are not together, we are not one. What we are facing in Africa, other countries, other Western countries too are facing it, corruption and the likes. But because they have leadership, they have their own strong constitution, they were able to control it. But there's no control in Africa. So that's just my opinion.
Hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Alicia Ayomide.
So why do you think Africa is underrated?
I think the first reason why I think Africa is underrated is the fact that we do not appreciate our culture enough. We do not appreciate what we have, and we do not appreciate our heritage. For instance, we have people that are not really like they are not even familiar with their culture, not to talk of being happy about it or being yeah, right. I know.
Hi, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Oluwashiko.
Why do you think Africa is underrated?
First of all, we are copycats. We don't like to how do I put it, explore. It's what we see other people do that we don't appreciate what we have and build on what we have. So yeah, that's one thing.
Derek.
Why do you think Africa is underrated?
Probably because of our leaders and the corruption around, and basically the people too are corrupt too, so everything is just not as it should be.
My name is Samuel.
I think Africa is underrated.
Probably because we are blacks.
Does that?
Yes, like blacks, evil. We are there. We are just there. So we are kind of underrated.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Nifemi.
Why do you think Africa is underrated?
I feel Africa is underrated because of the fact that most people abroad have heard about Nigerians scamming, and no, I'm still getting there. So they feel like, okay, because we are black, we all have the same color. Africa generally is like that, and most times during documentaries, Africa is tagged as the poor continent.
Hi, what's your name?
Obasi.
Obasi, why do you think Africa is underrated?
Underrated?
Yes.
Underrated. I don't know, I think because like the way it's portrayed in like when you want to, the way it's portrayed in movies, for example, it's portrayed as someone that has thoughts and that kind of thing. They never really show how the metropolitan areas look like, things like that. So yeah, I guess that's why it's not really rated.
Hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Christopher.
Christopher, why do you think Africa is underrated?
I think because Africa is so blessed. Like, number one, we've had this mentality that, okay, the fact that our colonizers, that those who colonize us, have actually impounded in us a particular a mindset or a narrative that has gotten through us. So Africa indeed is blessed, not only in nature, but also in our culture. That's why we are blessed. We are Africa.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Dominic.
Why do you think Africa is underrated?
Well, I don't think Africa is underrated. I just feel like maybe based on the past, that's why. But in general, I feel like Africa is underrated.
What's your name?
Richard.
Richard, why do you think Africa is underrated?
Why do I think Africa is underrated? Interesting question. Okay, so I think because of the narratives that colonialism has put in our minds, right? That we are subpar, that we are not up to standard, we can't meet that mark at any point in time. But I believe that as a continent that has, the largest percentage of youth compared to every other continent, I believe, we have so much talent, we have so much within us as a continent, and I'm proud to be African any day, anytime.
My name is Ruby.
Why do you think Africa is underrated?
Okay, because the Westerners came to Africa last, and I don't know why, but I feel like it's because the British people colonized us the last, and we have a different skin color. I don't know why that makes a difference, but it does apparently.
What's the name?
Isheolua. One, Africa is underrated because, okay, we have a lot of natural resources, right? Which is what is still keeping us to be rated to some people, because we have a lot of natural resources that they don't have. But it is underrated because we don't have technology wise, we are just starting. Infrastructure wise, we are just starting. Education wise, we are just starting. Not that we don't have it, but compared to like European countries, Asian countries, we have less degree of them. So it's a thing that, okay, what other one? Two, we are like mostly surrounded with like cultural, everyone has their cultural ideologies, they have their cultural practice. We all have cultural differences, but like our own is like too embedded in every single thing we do. It's not like it's a bad thing. Like serving Jesus and other religions is very good, but how will I say it now? There was, yes, it's prioritized more other decisions than. There was one thing a pastor said, Pastor Araromi, that was like, in Nigeria we will not solve, but we must gather. So we are gathering, but we are not solving the problem. So that's just the way it is.
My name is Oeka Samuel.
Okay, why do you think Africa is underrated?
Well, I think Africa is underrated mostly because of our government, and mostly because of what the whites see about Africa. Because most of the place, because I've interacted with some white people, and most of the places they see in Africa, they're like, Africa is like a desert and stuff like that. So I feel that's why Africa is actually underrated, because of most of the places they see in Africa. So that's it.
Hi, what's your name?
Fear of Fortune.
Fortune, why do you think Africa is underrated?
I don't know, because for years people have seen us as underrated, I guess. So that's how we see ourselves.
What's your name?
Hi, my name is Orolua.
Hi, I'm Tayasi.
Okay, so why do you think Africa is underrated?
I think racism, to be honest. And yeah, racism, slave trade in the past, our history hasn't really told a lot of the things about us. So yeah.
Yeah, I also think probably what is showcased in the media, that's the danger of a single story. So when one side of Africa being poor, sad, hungry, all of that, so it just puts us in a bad light in the media.
Hello, what is your name? What are your names?
My name is Victoria.
My name is Enoch.
Why do you think Africa is underrated?
Well, for one, I think they think we're the most corrupt country in the world. So I think, yeah, that's why we're underrated. We don't make good use of our resources at all very well, so they probably don't think we are good for anything.
Yeah, I would say our leadership, and our leadership is comprised of us ourselves, so it kind of seems as though we are directionless sometimes. So like more often than not, that's why we are underrated.